The attempts by the left to thwart Donald Trump and what he's trying to accomplish, cleaning out waste, fraud, and abuse, various other actions, his executive actions continue on. These leftist Democrat judges and even rhino judges, Republicans and name only judges, are blocking many of the executive initiatives. Freedom Watch will intervene on behalf of the president, but we're also going to prosecute these judges because they violated their oath of office. They should be put away, give them a series of chances to set it straight, but if they don't, prosecute them, try them, convict them, sentence them, and let them spend time in the slammer. We have noticed in the last few days that Congressman has put forward some articles of impeachment in the House of Representatives. I doubt that the House of Representatives has the guts to actually vote on it. Of course, impeachment in the House doesn't mean conviction in the Senate. We know that. But we have a head of a House Judiciary Committee, Jim Jordan, who's always showing up without a coat and just a tie, rolled up sleeves, ex-wrestling coach from Ohio State, who simply goes on Fox News or holds hearings with facts we already know about, but doesn't exercise his authority to start proceedings to impeach federal judges. It's time that this happens. And I've said before, federal judges can be the protectors of the American people, but they have actually become our aggressors. They've become our adversaries. Thomas Jefferson was against federal judges, said they would become tyrants and despots, causing us to shed the blood of patriots and tyrants yet again every 20 years or so. He didn't want to see that happen. I don't want to see that happen. But it's time that we hold them accountable. They've given themselves immunity. They have no immunity. Doesn't exist in the Constitution, has never been legislated. They are kings in and of themselves. And in fact, it stems from King George III, as I've said many times. So watch what we do with these federal judges. Watch what we do with the District of Columbia bar disciplinary apparatus that's used as a tool to try to eliminate conservative and Republican activist lawyers. I've been fighting them for 14 years. There are two people that are in charge, Hamilton Fox and Julia Porter, ultra-leftists, hateful people who want to eliminate conservatives from practicing law. We're going after them too. We're going to prosecute them. And anyone else on the District of Columbia bar that goes along with them, because they're all leftists. Not one of them has given 1 cent, not 1 cent to a Republican, but given to many of the people that I have had to sue, whether it was Obama, Clinton, Biden, or whoever. Hillary Clinton, of course. This is what you're dealing with. The deep state is still there. The weaponization of our legal system is still there. Trump is attempting to put a dent into it. We need to help him. You need to go to freedomwatchusa.org, contribute to our cause with tax-deductible contributions. The president cannot do it alone. We, the people, need to back him up. To give you an example of the corruption of the legal system, this is the economic side of Freedom Watch. I had brought a case in Palm Beach, Florida, an antitrust case, because of the attempts by the PGA Tour, which is co-opted, by monopolists, like its head, Jay Monahan, who takes $18 million just off the top. We don't even know what he gets under the table from a nonprofit each year. He didn't want competition from the Live Golf League, and I thought that was wrong. We need competition. And for golf fans, I brought a case. Well, I forced Tiger Woods and company to produce documents, but judges there have kept all of this confidential and secret, and I've tried. The matter's now on appeal. Tiger Woods is not what he appears to be. He is a golfing icon. He's African American. He's a protected species. The fact is, I don't care what he is, that he has to answer to the law. And I brought a case yesterday in California in my own name in the Superior Court of Los Angeles County in Santa Monica against Tiger Woods, against Rory McIlroy, against an individual by the name of Fred Couples, who's quite hateful, Justin Thomas, and Davis Love III, with regard to their attempts at anti-competition conduct against Live Golf Tour and its players, which resulted in depriving consumers of the benefit of their purchases to various events. I want you to go to this. You'll find it very interesting. And what is particularly interesting is that the lawyers who represent Tiger Woods, the ones in Florida, and they'll probably be intervening in this case, are the same lawyers, Heckler and Fink, who brought the completely outrageous, frivolous case against President Trump, claiming that he had raped a woman in a dressing room in New York City. And they got a verdict, for sexual abuse, not for rape. And it was an attempt at lawfare. These lawyers are despicable individuals, and they represent Tiger Woods. Yet, just this week, President Trump invited Tiger Woods up to the White House for Black History Month. He had a Medal of Honor around his neck, Medal of Freedom, which Trump had given him. And I don't think the president knows that Tiger Woods is a two-faced, devious individual who, actually, by having these lawyers, in fact, is stabbing him in the back as well. It's an interesting story. I want you to go to the complaint and see it. It's a terrible story that Tiger Woods would have those lawyers represent him, in these actions. Why would you do that? So this is what we're dealing with in society today. You really don't know what you're dealing with half the time, whether it's Tiger Woods or anybody else. Be very discerning, protect yourself, protect the country, protect your family. Join Freedom Watch at freedomwatchusa.org. Contribute to our cause. You can see the case that I brought against Tiger Woods and company on our website at freedomwatchusa.org. You can see the cases that I brought against Biden, Harris for defrauding the American people in the 2020 elections, which got a brain-dead criminal elected president who nearly destroyed this country. And you can see the case that we have against the Wuhan lab in China, for all the damage that they did for COVID-19. That's going forward. And you can see the cases that I brought in other venues for other things. And you can see the convictions that I got against Fauci before citizens' grand juries and citizens' courts, where he was sentenced to life imprisonment. And Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and James Biden sentenced to 20 years for bribery from communist China, Ukraine, and Russia. And Joe Biden another 20 years for negligent homicide in Afghanistan. This is what we do at Freedom Watch. We're not afraid of anyone. We'll stand up to anyone. That's why I personally admire President Trump. He's not afraid, but I pray for him and his safety because we need President Trump, but we also need ourselves. We cannot allow him to do it alone. So go to freedomwatchusa.org, join our Justice League, get my book, It Takes a Counter-Revolution, Wake Up America. It's a blueprint. It's a manifesto for how we reform the legal system, which has become corrupt top to bottom. We all know that. And that's why you voted for President Trump in large part on November 5th of last year. You saw what it was trying to do to him. Well, it's trying to do the same thing to you. Anyone who's had experience in family court or any other court in this country knows what I'm talking about. These judges are compromised and corrupt on the federal bench. There's some good ones on the state bench, but sometimes they're not very good either. So it's time that we rise up. At least in state courts, we can vote them out. In federal court, they think they're there for life. Well, they're not. They serve for good behavior. We can get them out too. We can impeach them and we can have them prosecuted. God bless you. God bless your family. God save America. Remember, God will only help us if we help ourselves. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, go to freedomwatchusa.org, join our Justice League, contribute to our cause. We are your real Justice Department, along with Pam Bondi, who's the new Attorney General, and she's a real credit. Finally, to my alma mater, the Department of Justice.